off. About 6:45 Friday morning. I'm leaving the Anstruther Lake access point. And I'm headed for the Rathbun portage for my first solo canoe trip ever. For 3 nights, 4 days. It's going to be the summer solstice while I'm out here. Beautiful long days. The sun came up at 5:30 today. It's probably going to mean lots of bugs, but I'm prepared with plenty of bug nets. Ooh, it's gonna be hot today. It's 15 degrees leaving the car, but popping out in this sun, it's gonna get close to 30 today. All right. So I'm coming to the end of Anstruther Lake. I can just start to hear some waterfall action, which tells me the portage is that away. Got my new BFD going on. Fits good, feels good, but it's hot already. It's gonna be a hot few days, and I cannot complain. Just about to hit the first portage into Rathbun Lake. There's my noodle, my camera bag, and our first portage. I forgot my padded canoe yoke in the car. If you want to remember something, strap it to your bag. Oh well. My biggest portage is tomorrow, is 1.5 kilometers. And I'll suffer a little on that with the shoulders, but don't really have too much distance to carry. So I'm not too worried about it. It's the first time portaging this canoe pack with this load. Canoe pack's about 42 pounds. My life jacket's 3.5 pounds, and I got a couple of paddles up there that are a few pounds as well. We got a 3-way forking portage trail I should probably pay attention to.
As you come into the park, you'll see that the portage trails off the main access lakes are very worn. They're very easy to follow, and they're generally easy to walk. It's a good way to ease into a longer trip.
You can already see the lake through there. Just a hop and a skip. First load, Rathbun Lake. She's a beaut, Clark. So this is the fall going from Rathbun into Anstruther. So this boat's pretty light. It's probably about 40 to 45 pounds. I actually never weighed it, that's just what they said. I've got my camera bag on, which is about 15 pounds. It's not too bad. The yoke really doesn't bother my shoulders too much. So, not too worried about having no pad for these. But I might be singing a different tune in the middle of the portage tomorrow. The weight, having this camera on the front, makes this really harder to carry because I'm holding it up. My arms must have fall forward rather than just stay level. So if I do this, I should counterweight it on the back. Learn the short ones. Take advantage of it on the long ones. So I'm on Rathbun Lake. The breeze is right behind me. Very light breeze, but it's at least pushing me the right way while I have a little drink. At this rate, I could be to my campsite by 10 a.m. Which isn't a problem. Hopefully there's nobody on it, because they don't have to get off of it till 2 p.m. I can easily kill the day just as I would tooting around the lake, but you know, it'd be nice to get there. Putt around the campsite. We'll see. This Rathbun Lake's pretty nice. I think there's 3 or 4 cottages on it. 2 or 3 campsites on it. And it's got 2 portages off of it, one to North Rathbun and one over into the kind of creek that takes you to Copper Lake. That's how I'll come back through Copper, back over there. It is a beautiful, perfect day. Definitely getting hot with this thing on me, so it'll be nice not to have to wear it all day. Not working hard, so being hot's not too bad. Definitely be getting in this water. Oh, I should put some sunscreen on probably, eh? That's a good idea, let's do that. So I just got 3 deer grazing in this clearing behind me.
drifted right in. Pretty neat. Pretty good welcome to the park today. Okay, we are reaching our portage into North Rathbun. I saw deer, I saw loons. I saw a hawk. I saw a chipmunk, I saw a squirrel, maybe a red squirrel, all on this quiet little Rathbun lake. I can hear the babble of the creek feeding into this from North Rathbun. And I can see the portage ahead. Another short one, 164 meters. Just beautiful, beautiful day. And we've arrived on North Rathbun. Let's get to our campsite. So I've got my bug mesh hat on, and I've got this decoy dragonfly. It's supposed to keep these flies away. My mama gave it to me. We'll see if it works. It may look ridiculous, but nobody's looking at me but you. And these bugs. Okay, we've reached my site. Doesn't seem like I'm gonna get much of a breeze, and it looks like I'm next to a bit of a marsh. So it's gonna be buggy. I'm gonna have to use my nets. But it's like a fun little spot. Okay. Let's make some camp. Well, bugs aren't terrible here right now, which is good. Which is really good. I'm gonna get a shake. I'm gonna set up my chair, and I'm gonna set up a little bug net to just take a load off, relax, decide what to do with the day. That's my food. It's 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning. Time to start work. Okay. Set up this little net here. I put my chair together. Do a little chill in there and decide what to do next. Bugs really aren't that bad here, considering how they were on the portage and in that little marshy area. Glass. I'll take it. Hot and glassy. I can get in the swim here, nice and easy. In and out. What, don't you guys like my dragonfly? Dragonfly, gonna get ya. I don't know. Alright, it is about 2 o'clock.
Had some chill time at camp, got my stuff set up, took a swim, had a rum, and I'm gonna go just take a look back here, see if I can get some firewood. There is some firewood back already at the campsite, but it's not the best, and I'd like to get more than I need so I don't just burn it all and leave none here. I gotta scout it out anyways to see where the thunderbox is, and you know, let's get a lay of the land. So let's see what we find. Okay, not the best wood, but it's pretty good size. Right by camp. Cut it up, get some good wood meat. The old silky saw. That's a lot of good wood. That's a lot of good wood. Another good piece. This should definitely be enough. These big solid pieces I could pick stuff off the ground. Since I brought the saw, I'm gonna use the saw, and I'm gonna get some good wood meat. Not want to bend that blade. The end of that saw. Done. Aching for a bacon. Later, dudes. Oh, it's nice. Oh. Refreshing. Bugs even lose your trail for a half second.
These afternoons when you're out on the edge between spring and summer, right on the summer solstice, they seem to go on forever. The sun's just up for so long, so early in the morning and so late into the night, that the middle of the day just seems to stretch and stretch. It's really the entire reason that I timed the trip for the summer solstice was to witness this. Trying to calibrate in my sense of time and sense of place. Definitely think I got what I came for. You can hear the shutter of the camera in the background as I do a time lapse of the clouds. It shows a new perspective when you can speed things up and slow things down. Even though ultimately we can just be here now. It certainly helps having a perspective on time.
In our culture, we make an extremely rigid division between work and play. You're supposed to work in order to earn enough money to give you sufficient leisure time for something entirely different called having fun or play. Don't make a distinction between work and play. Regard everything that you're doing as play, and don't imagine for 1 minute that you've got to be serious.
Okay, so I was just taking a canoe, taking a noodle, trying to get away from the bugs a little bit and see the lake. Go by, check out the portage. Wanted to check to see if the other campsites were taken, because my campsite doesn't have a grill. They are taken, so I couldn't move to grill. And that's trolling past just a random shore. A frying pan. Somebody stashed a frying pan in the trees. In those trees. Just on a random edge of the lake. People doing something back here, but I need a frying pan for my boys.
And I look at the thing, and it's like a symphony. It's just like Bach doing a fugue with all the different movements going. And that's what it's about. We think, it's part of our Western philosophy, that we think we have a drive to survive, that we must go on living.
Just a gorgeous night with this noodle. Circled North Rathbun Lake. That storm blew right out. Not a drop. That sun's setting on the campsites. Bugs are starting to come out, so I wanted to get out in the wind a bit. Gotta start a fire and stay bug netted when I get back, I would imagine. This has been nice.
See, I don't think of my own instincts as drives, which is the proper psychological term for them nowadays. I think of my instincts as myself. I don't say, excuse me, but I have an unfortunate desire to reproduce myself, and therefore I'm sexy, and would you please accommodate me? I don't say, excuse me, but I have to eat, and really it's absolutely necessary that I eat. I say, on the contrary, hooray! I am this desire to make love, and I am this desire to eat. It's not something else that pushes me around, it's me. So all these emotions that we have, the emotions of uptightness, dread, shivers, horrors, can be interpreted in other ways.
that storm front is moving out. See that line? I think it's gonna be a clear night. Starting a fire, got plenty of wood. Gotta get some coals for my boigs. Give that frying pan a little scrub. Settle in for the night. Got my tent set up over here just down the way. Nice little soft pad here. Won't be spending time here other than in the tent, so I'm not concerned about the bugsies. Pretty cool little spot. I'm also gonna think I'm gonna try snoozing in that hammock a bit, since it'll be the ideal night for it tonight. Really the ideal night for it. I have a bug net that goes around it, so I can be on it with no bugs. Nice and cozy. See, our fire's got kicking. Yeah, baby. You see the wood I got. These two guys. Took one piece that's in there on the right, and another piece that I chopped up. That's some good wood. These little guys here. I'm gonna put those on next when this burns down, just to get that good burn and good coals for the boys. And it's gorgeous now. Just a stunner of a day. Sunsetting. Bergs are ready. Buns are ready. Fire's roaring. Roaring. This guy. This thing sure came in handy. Cheers. Go in your mouth.
See, this is the real secret of life. To be completely engaged with what you're doing in the here and now. And instead of calling it work, realize that this is play. If you take it serious and say, are you doing anything useful? Useful for what? Useful to go on. But if you take that attitude to going on becomes a drag. Survival becomes a sweat, and it's not worth it. And if you teach your children, and they'll imitate you, they'll treat survival as a sweat which they have to undergo, they have to keep going on, they'll teach their children to do it, and the whole continuation of the human race will be a drag, which is in fact what it's become because of this attitude, and this is the reason why we've invented the atomic bomb and are preparing to commit suicide. G.K. Chesterton once said that the angels fly because they take themselves lightly. How much more so then he, she who is Lord of the angels. The whole world is 3 for a penny, 3 for a pound, 'tis love that makes the world go round. Or in the words of Dante, but my own wings were not for such a flight, except that, smiting through the mind of me, there came fulfillment in a flash of light, that my volition now and my desires were moved like wheel revolving evenly by love that moves the sun and starry fires.
Hi-ho, hi-ho. Work from home I go.